Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another YgoPro duel video, the True Kings. These are like the Dragon Rulers 2.0, but they are definitely not on the same level as Dragon, or at least the Prime Dragon Rulers were, with the baby rulers at their prime, so when they were released back in 2013. But all these new cards are definitely very promising, so let's take a quick look at the new cards first and then a few example games like always. The Fire one, yeah, so pretty much like the Dragon Rulers, we have 4 big dragons, all level 9, so it's pretty much instead of rank 7 Exceed variant like with Dragon Rulers, these are based on a rank 9 Exceed deck. The Fire one we already know. Yeah, the big True Kings all trigger when they are destroyed once per turn, so with all their effects, they destroy each other, for example, and then you can get their own effect. The Fire one, we already know he has a monster reincarnation effect. The Wind one is like a Sangan of the deck, searches a monster from your deck once per turn. The Earth one has a monster reborn effect when destroyed, and then the last one, the last big dragon, the True King, the Water one, is a very important tutor for the deck. When he is destroyed, you can special summon a monster from your deck. Well, yeah, a non-water worm type monster. And then we also have maybe a one-off in the deck, the Metatron, I believe the name is. At first I thought this card was ridiculously good because of the fact you can, at least you have to tribute 3 face-up cards like monster, spell or trap, or 3 monsters, doesn't really matter. But this card becomes unaffected by the type of cards you tributed. So let's say you tributed your Dart, your Metatron, by tributing 1 monster, 1 spell and 1 trap. Your Metatron will be unaffected by those type of cards, and when your Metatron is destroyed, you can like special summon a water or wind, fusion, sync or exceed from your extra deck. It's okay, but early game the card isn't really too great, and I think as a one-off the card is just fine. The smaller ones, 1 level 6, 2 level 5s, also have their own attribute. You can just get them on board by tribute summoning for them, thanks to one of your spells. Succession, for example, but yeah, I'll come back to those in a few moments. Succession is like a weaker version of Super Rejuvenation. Super Rejuvenation and combination between Upstart Goblin and Supply Squad. Not really too great. I don't really like Supply Squad here in the deck. Succession also has an effect that when it's destroyed, it becomes a Mystical Space Typhoon. The Field Spell is the MVP of the deck, hence why the deck is running triple terraforming as well. It works like Fire King. Island, so pop one of your own cards, get a search and then trigger, you know, that shenanigans. Their continuous trap is like a Call of the Haunted once per turn. Biggest downside of this card is that as soon as you use this effect, you cannot special summon after that. So you have to special summon first and then use this True King Call of the Haunted. It also works like Sanctum, so when destroyed by a card effect, you can destroy 1 monster from your opponent. And last but not least, their monster, the True King Exceed, is like a Shock Master effect. Detach, make all monsters on the field a certain attribute, and then in case of your opponent's monsters, all their monsters, or at least the monsters with the same attribute, will be negated and they cannot declare an attack. So very, very good boss Exceed monster. The Kaijus as well. First of all, they clear the field because of Kaiju Slumber, of course, and on top of that, the Kaiju monsters are monster removal and also have the appropriate attribute to be tributed for like one of your True King monsters. Okay, let's see a few example games. Right, yeah, the cards are just released like a few hours ago on YgoPro, so the build is still in the testings, hence why the extra deck during the playtesting was only 10 cards, but rarely use the extra deck. The most important ones are the rank 9, especially the True King. And eventually they work very similar to the Dragon Rulers. I mean, the Field Spell is very crucial to destroy one of your cards, one of your bigger True Kings, get the search effect off of your Field Spell, and then get the effect off of your bigger True King, and then yeah, depending on which one you destroyed, you can at least the thing you want to do is go for the first turn rank 9 Exceed play. Go for your True King Exceed, like the Shock Master monster that detach and then call an attribute, and then both, at least all monsters on the field at that moment, become that attribute. And especially for your opponent, monsters with the same attribute cannot activate their effects, and they cannot declare an attack. That's very important, like if your opponent already activates the effect and you chain your True King's effect, well, the effect will just resolve, but anyway, just something important. Second game I get to start, so again the field spell. Eventually, my priority number 1 is, I think, indeed go for the rank 9 Exceed play and eventually Tribute Summon by sending the continuous spell from my side of the field to the grave to get it on board. Since all their, the level 6 and the both level 5s also have like a search effect on their, at least when they are face up on the field and Tribute Summoned during your own turn, they will get like a search, a True King spell or a True King monster or a True King trap. All of them have each effect. Depends on which card you have face up on the field. Anyway, I was able, pretty much the same like in the first duel, was able to use True King's Exceed effect to prevent my opponent from activating Coral Dragon's effect, so no malicious, and now it's just easy so I can attack for a game. The third game, so yeah, again, they have a lot of similarities with Dragon Rulers, but they are definitely not on the same level as Dragon Rulers were when they were just released, but they do have a lot of combos. It's a heavy oriented combo-based deck. It's also one of the reasons why I prefer Desires in the deck, but Desires is dangerous, since you know, same with Dragon Rulers, resources are very important, so I might cut Desires completely from the main deck. But yeah, the 2 extra cards to work with can be important, again, to take in for the field spell, since again the field spell is so crucial. Eventually I go for the Tribute Summon for the level 6 Water guy. He also has a search effect, I believe searching the trap, if not mistaken, and then you can either search the True King trap and add it to your hand, or set it to your side of the field face up. Well, yeah, put it face up on your side of the field is correct English. Anyway, he does have Dragon Buster, and earlier I used True King's Exceed effect twice, but it's not going to matter too much. It's just a very stally game, and the trap card, the True King trap card does provide some nice resources every turn, so once per turn I can like reborn any True King monster from my grave. It's special summoned in defense position, and as mentioned before, as soon as you use the effect of your True King trap, you cannot special summon after that. So again, you have to special summon first and then use your True King's trap. But yeah, again, the opponent, it's pretty much because of Dimensional Barrier. The opponent cannot go for ABC Dragon Buster, and now he's just screwed, right? So that's the second True King, very good against ABC. Just call Light, and your opponent cannot search, cannot special summon with the gadgets. It's so good against any deck relying on at least any deck based on any certain type of attribute. Last tool I get to start, so immediately terraforming for the field spell first, then use Desires to get 2 extra options and then act accordingly. So use the Fire True King to use its monster reincarnation effect, and then use the Earth one to reborn something from my grave. Go for the rank 9 Exceed play indeed, and get that level 5 True King monster on my side of the field by sending a continuous spell from my field to the grave indeed. But not really sure if that was a correct play because of Swords of Concealing Light, because of Raigeki Dark Hole. Sure, it pays for itself. I mean, at any time if the opponent activates any card effect, spell, trap or monster effect, you can get that search off of your level 5 or 6 True King monster. But not really sure if it was worth it. Again, resources are so important with this deck. Go again for the rank 9 Exceed play, since that's pretty much MVP against ABCs and their light attributes. Not really too important he's getting these effects. Important is that my True King keeps his Exceed materials so I can use them during my opponent's turn, at least 1 during my opponent's turn and 2 during my own turn if he's able to go for Dragon Buster. But Maxi getting me some nice draws, and he's forced to use Castel, and this is the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to use my True King's effect. So again, detach, call Light, the Castel is light so it cannot attack, cannot activate its effect, so he cannot detach his 2 cards, so no ABC Dragon Buster during his turn, and most importantly not during my turn. And now I can just, doesn't really matter how I finish the game here, go for Volcasaurus as well, pop his monster, and yeah, not going to matter, just a deck for a game. So the deck is very promising. I'm still learning the deck with all these new cards and combinations. All have their separate effects. There are still a few cards glitched, but again, they were just released, so give it time. But yeah, feel free to leave suggestions of cards I should playtest here in the deck. Definitely more videos incoming for this archetype as soon as the cards are corrected here on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.